everyone. Hearty welcome to the 11th lecture of Nature Matters video lecture series offered by the Postgraduate Department of English, Pioneer College, Pioneer. This lecture is based on the first lesson from the third module of the textbook Nature Matters, Readings on Life and Nature, prescribed for the second semester UG English Common Course students of Kannur University as course 2A03 ENG. The title of the lesson is Role of an Individual in Prevention of Pollution. Before we begin the discussion, I would like to show you some pictures. Please have a look at them. The pictures you just saw are testimony to the negligence that we show to our nature. Race after material gain and wealth has considerably destroyed our environment. We have polluted our water bodies, crushed the mountains and hills, looted our natural resources, and even wiped away some of the forms of life from the face of the earth. It is high time we realized our mistakes and required to do something to protect our environment. The present chapter, Role of an Individual in Prevention of Pollution, talks about how we can improve the quality of the environment we live in. Now let's move on to the lesson. The introductory part of this lesson draws our attention to certain environmental problems and the need to recognize them before they get worsened. Not only we humans, but also the several forms of life that exist on earth do need a cleaner environment. Being the ones who overexploited nature, it is our responsibility to restore the losses. The small little things that we do can also make great changes. From the intelligent use of solar energy to the proper waste disposal, there are so many activities that we can undertake to save our environment. The next part of this lesson provides you with some tips in this regard. Now let's move on to that. There are mainly two ways for an individual to improve the quality of our environment. First, by developing respect for all forms of life. Second, by answering the following questions like, where do the things I consume come from? What do I know about the place where I live? How am I connected to the earth and other living things? What is my purpose and responsibility as a human being? As I already mentioned, human actions can definitely improve our living conditions. The essay provides you with diverse ideas in this regard, and they are given in the text point-wise. Since most of the points mentioned here are self-explanatory, I will be briefing this part with minimal explanation. I will read the important points or the relevant points, and explanation will be provided to you wherever necessary. The major ideas discussed here are: number 1, plant trees. As we all know, trees play a vital role in sustaining life. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, thereby help in reducing air pollution. Along with planting trees, taking care of them is also equally important. Next, reduce the use of wood and paper products. We know that these two can lead to deforestation. More than that, manufacturing paper can cause pollution as well. Hence, try to recycle paper products and use recycled paper maximum. Avoid the use of forest-based furniture. This is also one way of saving our environment. Next is promote and join afforestation programs. Afforestation, as we all know, is converting a wasteland into a woodland or forest through planting or seeding. promote such activities and be part of it. Reduce the use of pesticides. They can be harmful to some species and can cause pollution. If it is unavoidable, please make sure that you are making use of it in as small amounts as possible. Advocate organic farming. What do you mean by organic farming? Organic farming is a farming method that involves growing and nurturing crops without the use of synthetic based fertilizers and pesticides. If we practice organic farming, this will automatically reduce the use of pesticides. Reduce the use of fossil fuels. We know that we have limited supply of fossil fuels and we need to preserve them for the coming generation. Moreover, the use of fossil fuels can lead to air pollution. How can we reduce the use of fossil fuels? We need not take a vehicle in order to cover short distances. Use public transport system. Next is save energy. How to do it? A simple example is switch off lights and fans when not needed. These are the things everybody knows but nobody practices. Avoid the use of aerosol spray products and room fresheners. Sometimes they can be harmful to your health. They can also damage the ozone layer. We all know the role of ozone layer and how it protects us from the harmful UV rays of the sun. So try maximum to avoid these room fresheners and air fresheners. Carefully use pesticides, paints, solvents, etc. Take care not to spill them down the drain or on the ground. They contain harmful chemicals and can cause adverse effects. Buy long-lasting consumer goods and use them for a long term by repairing. Buy consumer goods in refillable glass containers instead of cans or throwaway bottles. Use rechargeable batteries. Use cloth bags instead of plastic carry bags. Cloth bags have certain advantages over plastic carry bags. Cloth bags can be reused. Since they are degradable, they don't cause pollution. Instead of paper products, use sponge, cloth napkins, dish towels and handkerchiefs. Avoid use and throw paper and plastic cups and plates. Stick on to the reusable versions. Make maximum use of the recycling facilities near you. Start composting by setting up a compost bin. Through this, you can produce manure for your plants, thereby you can reduce the use of fertilizers. Initiate community composting or vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is a method of using worms to transform organic waste into nutrient-rich fertilizer. Advocate garbage separation and initiate recycling programs in your area. Always put trash into the dustbin. Do not throw them on the road or somewhere. Ensure your participation in the mitigation of the pressing environmental issues in your locality. Join NGOs working for environmental causes and lend your service as a volunteer in the activities to prevent pollution. Learn about the biodiversity of your area. This will help you understand the threats to survival. Cast your vote. That is also very important. Cast your vote and elect people with environmental concerns as your leaders. Cooperate with them. Cooperate with the elected people in matters related to the protection of our environment, even though you have a different political ideology. It is quite possible that we fail in our first attempt. If that happens, don't be hopeless. Keep on trying. Keep on indulging in matters related to nature, forgetting the negative aspects. The last and the most important point, practice what you preach. Your actions should justify your words. There is a famous saying, and that goes like this. When the last tree is cut down, the last fish eaten, and the last stream poisoned, you will realize you cannot eat money. We should not wait for this to happen. Let's join our hands to protect planet Earth. Always remember the 3 R's that help improve the environmental quality. The 3 R's are reduce, reuse, and recycle. This should be our mantra. Follow this to the maximum possible and do our bit. With that, we are winding up the discussion of the lesson. Now we are moving on to the comprehension questions. Question number 1. State the 2 ways for the individual to improve the environmental quality. Answer. The 2 ways for the individual to improve the environmental quality are: number 1, develop respect for all forms of life. 2, answer the questions like, where do the things I consume come from? What do I know about the place I live? How am I connected to the earth and other living things? What is my purpose and responsibility as a human being? Question number 2. What are the advantages of composting? Answer. Composting provides manure for plants and reduces the use of fertilizers. Question number 3. Why should we reduce the use of wood and paper? Answer. Manufacturing paper leads to pollution and the use of wood leads to the loss of forests, which releases oxygen and takes up carbon dioxide. Question number 4. What is organic farming? Answer. Organic farming is a farming method that involves growing and nurturing crops without the use of synthetic-based fertilizers and pesticides. Question number 5. Why should we plant more trees? Answer. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, thereby reduce air pollution. Trees help to prevent soil erosion and provide habitat for wildlife. Question number 6. Enumerate the advantages of cloth bag over plastic bags. Answer. Cloth bags can be reused. They are biodegradable and do not pollute the environment. Whereas plastic bags are non-biodegradable and pollute the environment. Question number 7. What is waste segregation? Give examples. Answer. Waste segregation means dividing waste into dry and wet. Dry waste includes wood, metals, glass, etc. Wet waste refers to organic waste like food waste. Question number 8. How can we educate ourselves to be better citizens? Answer. We can educate ourselves to be better citizens by developing respect for all forms of life around us and performing our individual roles to safeguard the environment. Question number 9. What are the 3 R's to improve environmental quality? Answer. Reduce, reuse, and recycle are the 3 R's to improve environmental quality. Question number 10. Why is the reduction of fossil fuel use important? Answer. The reduction of fossil fuel use is important because it helps in reducing air pollution. Thank you.